Welcome to the meeting number 212 of the Turning Point Toastmasters. I am Arunima Bindal, your Sergeant at Arms for today. In Toastmasters, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop a communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. You are now inside the code of conduct of a Toastmasters meeting. Please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and it may not be possible for us to pause the recording. There are following meeting rules which we should all abide to. Please be advised that any behavior that disturbs the flow of meeting will result in removal from the meeting room without any warning. Please ensure that all your noise-making devices are either switched off or on silent mode. Please speak responsibly on religion, sex, and politics in your speeches. As far as possible, please keep your videos on, audio off, and applause flowing throughout. Be the kind of audience for others you would like to have for yourself. Certain instructions for the role players. TMOD, TTM, and G, please ensure a smart audio video check before handing over to respective role players. Role players, please rename yourself as role player, your name, your club name. You may omit the club name if you're part of Turning Point Toastmasters. Please acquaint yourself with the role of the timer. The timer will be changing the background screen to indicate time using one of the three cards. Green means you have reached minimum qualifying time. Yellow means it is a good time to start concluding. Red specifies that you have only 30 seconds. Otherwise, you will be disqualified. Individual session timings will be explained in due time. We encourage you to use Zoom emoticons generously to encourage role players. We sincerely request you not to send chat messages to everyone or the speaker on the stage. In fact, refrain from chatting altogether and focus on the speaker. Reiterating, please stay on mute until specifically requested to unmute. Polls will be launched after each section and they will be closed after 30 seconds. Let me now introduce our presiding officer for the day, Toastmaster Anshuman. There is one thing about Anshuman that he always uses the short form. Like Google, working in Google, he has made us so used to Google that whenever in EC group we have anything, he always have this short forms, which I am never able to understand and I had to Google. And now I am also planning to use this in my office related to Google so that people can learn more of the short forms. With this, let's welcome PO and not the presiding officer, Toastmaster Anshuman Mishra.
LOL Toastmaster Arunima. Thank you for that introduction. I don't think I use abbreviations as much as you are telling, but I get your point. Welcome everyone to another exciting meeting of Turning Point Toastmasters. I was just reflecting on the recently concluded Tokyo Olympics and the Paralympics. To say the least, they have been very inspiring for, I think, each of the nations, especially India. We were able to get the first gold medal in athletics in the independent India's history. So it's been quite inspiring to see all the athletes excelling and working hard to gather the courage to achieve their limits. And not just that, Paralympics has been, to say the least, as always, awe-inspiring. I got to know the place where I live, that is the city Noida. The DM of Noida won a silver medal in the badminton Olympics. I was just wondering, how did he get the chance to prepare during the COVID times when he was managing the COVID situation, the first wave, second wave? I'd seen his picture before on the website when I was looking for the DM of Noida to just send out a few complaints about what was happening in the society. And then I realized that, oh my God, he won the silver medal in Paralympics and Olympics. That's amazing. I think he did a wonderful job there. And we'll touch upon the theme today. But before that, I'd like to invite and rather welcome our guests, which are Bushra, Diana, Padma, and our star speaker, Nav, Ayushi. I won't say she's not a member, but member of our sister club. All of you to this wonderful meeting we're going to have today. So as I shared, the theme today will touch upon excellence in sports. And I'd like to invite on the stage Toastmaster Ayushi to take over the proceedings for the theme of Paralympics. Over to you, Toastmaster Ayushi.
Hello, everyone. It is so nice to be back in this meeting for Thursday after a very long time. And I'm so glad and happy to see all the faces here. Now, let's start with the theme of the meeting today, which is Paralympics. Now, for the people who don't know what Paralympics is, it is a series of international events for athletes which have some kind of disabilities. And the symbol of Paralympic motto is Spirit in Motion, representing the strong will that every Paralympian has. This symbol empathizes the fact that athletes are constantly expiring and exciting the world with their performances, always moving forward and never giving up. It is based upon 4 values: courage, determination, inspiration, and equality. The goal of this like Paralympics is to serve humanity, and it is a place where the sport is as service. You all must be curious to know that how it started. The Paralympic history began in 1948 at a London hospital, where a German neurologist was looking the way to help the World War II veterans and rehabilitate them more quickly. The first ever Summer Paralympic Games was held in 1960. In that event was a tremendous leap in sports with athletes with physical disabilities. Like the Paralympic has many aspects, so do our Toastmasters meeting. A typical Toastmasters meeting comprises 3 sections. We have prepared speeches, where speakers prepare their speech in advance and deliver their prepared speeches. Then we have table topics, where guests and Toastmasters who have not got a chance to speak are invited on the stage to speak on the topic. Last but not the least, we have the evaluation section where everyone gets the chance to improve. Now, talking about evaluation, I would like to call upon the G for today's meeting, Suji, who would be the guiding force for today's meeting. So let's welcome the G for today's meeting, Toastmaster Suji.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the day. And good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Today, I am General Evaluator for today's meeting. My role is to evaluate the meeting, entire meeting, and provide the comprehensive feedback in the evaluation section. I am not alone in this task. My team will help me in this. We have 2 evaluators today who will evaluate the speeches, and my tag team help me in evaluate the meeting. So first role is timer, and we have distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh as a timer for today. He will make a note of the time for various speeches and the role players. And typically a prepared speech is timed for 5 to 7 minutes. He will show green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. There will be a grace period of 30 seconds on either side. Table topic section, we have 1 to 2 minutes, and he will show green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. There will be a grace period of 30 seconds on upper side. And speech evaluators are required to speak for 2 to 3 minutes. He will show green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red card at 3 minutes. And there will be a grace period of 30 seconds on either side. The speakers who speak who crosses the limit of grace period will be disqualified. So second tag role is a counter, Nikita. Nikita will make a note of the pauses, filler words, and filler word used by the speakers. Filler words are words like you know, I mean, right, well, so, and also unintentional sound like will be noted down by her. Third tag role is grammarian, and Toastmaster Arunima Bindal is grammarian for today. She will make a note of the good uses and not so good uses of the language. Also, she also make note of the grammatical error during the speeches and the role players. Now, I request Toastmaster Arunima Bindal to introduce the word of the day. Over to you, Arunima.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Suji. The word of the day for today is egregious, which means obviously or noticeably bad. The synonyms for the word are shocking, intolerable. The antonyms are concealed, slight. For the better usage of the word of the day, there are some examples that can help you to understand how to use the word of the day. First example is he made egregious hiring decisions. The second example is it was the most egregious act the government has ever perpetrated. I am sharing the word of the day in the chat box for everyone to use. Whenever anyone uses the word of the day, please applaud with a thumbs up. I'll present my report when called upon by Toastmaster Suji. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, grammarian Toastmaster Arunima Bindal, for introducing the word of the day. Now, I will submit my report in the evaluation section along with my team. Now, I hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Ayushi. Over to you, Ayushi.
Thank you, Sujit, for wonderfully explaining your role. Now, let us begin with our first section, which is prepared speeches. Our first prepared speaker is Toastmasters Navjot. Quick AV check for the first speaker. Navjot, quick AV check for you.
I didn't get you. Would you repeat that?
We can't hear you properly, Navjot.
Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me now?
No. Yes. I think we can hear you now.
All right. Good. Thanks.
Before I call upon Navjot on stage, I would like to call upon Evaluator Priyambada to read out the speech objectives.
Good
Over to
evening,
you,
fellow
Priyam.
Toastmasters. Now the speaker coming up is Navjot Brar. He's from Gurgaon Toastmasters Club, and he's delivering his Level 2 Project 2 speech. Title of his speech is Different Styles. His pathways he belongs to is Dynamic Leadership. So here you go. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Navjot. Priyambada, sorry. Now the stage is all your, Navjot. Navjot, different style, Navjot. Over to you, Navjot.
Guys, can you hear me or I am visible to you guys? Just raise your hand. All right. Hello, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Hope you guys doing super fantastic today. Before I start, I have a question for you guys. What exactly comes to your mind? Yourself, I would love to hear that. Timor Yushi. Guys, can you hear me? Like, I didn't get any response. Like, I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
All right, I got you. I have the same experience. To be honest, I can feel it. When I was going through my communication styles project, I got this score: 6 on being direct, 3 for being analytical, 2 for being initiative, and only 1 for being sportive. It's kind of crazy, right? What does that exactly mean? Does it mean like out of 12 times, only 6 times I am direct, and only 3 times I'm analytical, 2 times I initiate, and only 1 time, yes friends, only 1 time I act being sportive? I gave it a thought, and then I did some research on my own life, and I came to know there are no 2 scenarios are same. They were different and they needed to be handled differently. Today I'm going to share 2 scenarios of my life when I have different communication styles. So here's number 1. My sales mentor, Grant Cardone, and his training helped me a lot in getting my way, not only in sales, but also in my personal life. I thought I should meet Grant. I should see him face to face, look up in his eyes, and shake his hand and ask, Mr. Grant, thank you very much for your time and whatever you did for me. To recall it exactly, I was sitting in my apartment in Vancouver, and I called my boss, Brandon Angelucci, and asked him very directly, my man, what I have to do to get in front of Grant. And he also said, listen, boy, Grant is a billionaire in making. He runs 7 different companies and he doesn't have time for you. Here are 2 ways. Number 1, you can pay a hefty sum of 10 to 20 grand and meet him. Number 2, you can go get his attention and get his time. As soon the call was over, I picked up the phone and I called his office. His assistant Natalie took the call. And again, I asked very directly, Natalie, would you do me the biggest favor of my life? And she laughed and asked me what. I said, Natalie, here's the thing. Only $8,000 a month just because of Grant. And he also helped me with my personal life. So when I can get 2 minutes, just 2 minutes of his time today, so I can say thank you. She said, no problem. We got your message. I will pass your message. Thank you very much for your time. And the call got ended. I knew the call went nowhere, but I didn't lose hope. And I started following Grant on his social media and also started connecting. Here comes the opportunity. Grant was inviting his mentees who did great with his sales training. I immediately jumped on the opportunity and I called his office. And this time, Glenn picked up the phone. I said, Glenn, I already emailed all the information why you invited in this week's live stream. What else? What? The moment he said what, I got 110% attentive. What? We can get you. Let's do it. And this is how I met Grant for the very first time. Even if it took me one more month to meet him in person. This portrait brings me to another scenario of my life where I was completely different, where I acted the most sportive person at the moment. It was 2015, I think. I was preparing for IELTS, and there used to be an African student named Guza. I don't know what his name's meaning in Hindi or English. But one thing, I was sure his name should be Mr. Me, just because of his conduct. He used to do three things very well. One, borrow the money from friends and forget about them. Number two, go out with friends, eat, and never ever pay the bill. And number three, whenever somebody asks him for his bike, he says in Swahili, Hani Fati Kazi, that it's not working. Anyways, his excessive drinking damaged his liver and he was on the verge of death. And doctors called for blood so they can extract the plasma. I forgot whatever he did to me, whatever he did to his friends. I rushed immediately to the hospital in Ludhiana and donated my blood. After donating, I can see the regret in his eyes. He was repeating over and over same words. I listened to him for 30, 40 minutes. He was saying, I'm not a good guy. Why did you help me? Even I would say, I'm not a good guy. Nobody should help me. To this I said, this is called life. It happens for good. It happens for bad. You just focus on your health. You will be good. You will be okay. We are here to take care of you. Your entire friends from India, your entire friends from Africa are here to help you out. To this, he shook my hand and said, thank you, Navjot, for donating the blood. To this, I said, Guza, I would be here if you need any help. And I asked to leave. The very next morning, my African friend, Bonnie, told me that Guza has died. So friends, how do you relate these two incidents? Because no two personalities are same, no two people are same. That's what makes us human. We are the creatures who have emotional deposits, and we withdraw from those emotional deposits whenever and as required the demand of the situation. Isn't that great? What's your communication style? Please comment in the chat. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Navjot, for your wonderful speech and such an inspiring personal stories of yours. Now I will request the 1 minute silence for the audience to write the feedback for Navjot in the chat box. I guess the 1 minute should be over by now. Now, let's move on to our second speaker, Ishpiri. But before I call Ishwari on stage, I would like to call upon the evaluator Padma to read out the speech objectives. Over to you, Padma.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
All right. So Toastmaster Ishwari is attempting her project from Dynamic Leadership, Project 2, Level 1. And the purpose of the speech is to present a speech on any topic of her choice, to take feedback and then apply that feedback in her second project speech. The timer, please note that the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. All the very best, Toastmaster Ishwari.
Thank you, Toastmaster Padma. Now I will call upon the speaker, Ishwari, on stage. Ishwari, little act of kindness, kindness, Ishwari.
Thank you. Thank you,
Over to you.
Toastmaster of the day. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So good evening, everyone, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Little acts of kindness. Can't we make this earth a more beautiful place to live in by being more generous and kind? When we're ready to invest in a habit for ourselves, why not to invest in a habit that can change someone's life? You know, humans are divided by so many things: religion, gender, caste, sex. And I feel pity to tell you that humans are united by disease, hunger, poverty, epidemics. Is this the unity we are looking for? No. If you notice, all around the world, people beg in the same way, either like this, or like this. You know why? Because every time when they spread their hands, they have a belief that for the sake of God or humanity, they'll get something. And yes, they do get something. Not a lot, but they manage to keep the wolf out of the door. For sometimes, yes, sometimes no. So what makes this behavior cosmopolitan? Begging, yes. It's faith. It's their faith that keep them thinking that they won't sleep empty stomach. It's their faith that motivates them and assures them that they won't die out in cold. Because when nobody will look after them, faith will do. And otherwise, do you think it is possible in this fast moving world to live without a job or a shelter? No, it's just the faith that keeps them alive. So what could be our approach to this world, which will not change our way of thinking, but can also impact someone's life? Today, I'll discuss few action points, and with those small acts of kindness, will not only go a long way in helping out someone, but will also put kindness into our habit. First, like every summer, we can help our household, our housemate, house helps, security guards, or anyone else who don't have access to refrigerator with some ice, or a glass of water, cold water, or a bottle of cold water. This small step won't make any difference. Not even in your grocery bills, not in your electricity bills, but this will surely help someone in getting himself a cool glass of water. Sometimes when we have cravings for something to eat, that same craving happens to every human on this earth. But the difference is someone can afford it and someone can't. So why not to cook a little extra and give it to the one who can't afford it? Even we can put this habit into while we are purchasing groceries or fruits. Buy one or two fruits extra and pass it on to someone who can't afford it. Third, the way we know people in our social circles. They are more or less similar to our own social background, economical background. In the same way, the less privileged one or the poor ones have their own social circle. So if we ever donate anything to them, which couldn't be of their use right now, they easily pass it on to someone who needs it more than them. With this hope, we can donate our clothes very frequently, which we usually stack up in our closets with the hope that someday I'm going to wear this, but we don't. Fourth, like this is the time of monsoon and we are in the middle of a epidemic. So why not to donate a bottle of antiseptic like Dettol or Savlon or a soap or a hand sanitizer to the one who, but you make sure that they can't buy it for themselves, because in that simple amount of money, they either can have their food or can just see for their hygiene. This helps in a two-way. This not only saves them a lot of money, which will be going into medicines, and we kept our environment healthy. Fifth, but not the last, why not to have a small packet of biscuit or toffees every time we travel, like in our cars or in our handbags? Because it's a much better way to help someone instead of giving them some amount of money, which we aren't sure is helping them or someone who's handling a beggar racket. So let me tell you a general observation, which I observed during this pandemic. We being the privileged class get the good quality products at a very quite competitive price. And other one who can't afford those products get those cheap quality products even at a much higher price. Even we can help them out in buying such syrup, the people who we take their services daily on basis. All things which I mentioned today take some time to become a part of your routine, but try them out. Really, it will really calm your souls, give peace and make you happy, because being happy is the biggest target we are chasing. I would like to end my speech with a quote. It takes a lot to become happy, and it takes very less to make someone else happy. So go spread sunshine, because the smallest act of kindness could make a ton of difference in someone else's day. Thank you.
Thank you, Ishri, for the wonderful speech and teaching us so many acts of kindness. And I also keep like some package of biscuit in my car, and I also like make sure to like give them. But I've learned like a lot more from you, and maybe I can incorporate in my future. Now, uh, I request a 1 moment silence for the audience to write the feedback for the speaker in the chat box. I guess the 1 minute is over by now. Let's move on and understand the India performance in this Paralympics. Inspirational, incredible, indomitable. India's Paralympics managed to be all these and much more. They had 19 medals, including 5 gold, which helped them to be the 24th in the overall tally, the highest ever. I hope that you all have submitted your votes for the best speaker. I will continue. The 19-year-old Lekhara became the first Indian woman to win gold and later add bronze in 50-meter rifle 3 position and ensure her name would be part of every Indian-centric Paralympic quiz. It's inspiring that how a teenager who was paralyzed down after being injured in car accident in 2012. And think of it all, her father had hoped to achieve by taking by taking her to the shooting range to get over the anger which she has internalized after the accident she had. And not to mention the legend, Devendra javelin throw and Maniaram high jump. The two long-time flag bearers of India Paralympic sports who won the gold medal in 2016 Rio finished on podium again, and this time with silver medal, cementing their place among all the greats of Indian sports. Bigger than these medals were the circumstances they beat like every athlete that they competed with. So, if Lekhara found her strength with the rifle in her hand after the car accident, Jaharia at 40 and with an arm lost shows that how longevity truly means in sport. These games are based upon and marketing campaign. The Olympics are where heroes are made, and Paralympics is a place where heroes come. Now, with this note, I would like to invite the TTM for today's meeting, Anshuman, for the much awaited table topic session. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Ayushi, for that inspiring theme and tone that you've set for the table topics for the evening. We have a lot of guests joining today, so I'm quite sure we'll have a lot of table topics happening today. I'd like to start with an experienced Toastmaster to show us how table topics is done. I'm just checking if any Toastmaster doesn't have a role today. Padma, will you like to take the first table topic? Though you have a role, but still.
Yeah, I'm happy to take.
All right. So Padma, your topic is the trophy stays in the shelf. The experience comes with you forever. The trophy stays in the shelf. The experience comes with you forever. Padma, over to you.
That is a wonderful thought. The chance of winning a trophy keeps us excited, motivated until the time we actually get the trophy. So really, we are running after that one moment of glory when we receive the trophy. But as soon as we keep it on the shelf, if we forget the kind of discipline, the kind of effort, the kind of diligence that we practiced in order to win the trophy, and if we let those pass, then we are not getting the full benefit of having won the trophy. The trophy on our shelf should just serve us as a reminder of the kind of effort that we put in. Thereby, it's a lifelong experience that we can gain out of having won that trophy. We find a lot of people who get satisfied when they reach a certain goal that they have set for ourselves. However, it is very important for us to have lifelong quest for various things. As soon as we achieve one milestone or one trophy, it is time to start thinking about the next. Have you noticed that when we go on long trips, there are milestones along the way? Those milestones don't tell us how far we have traveled. It tells us how many more miles to go before we reach the destination that we have started out to reach. So let's keep in mind that these trophies potentially could be like milestones, which remind us of the strength that we have, of the capabilities that we have, of the competencies that we have developed, so that constantly we renew our commitments to reach newer and newer goals. And if we carry that much beyond the stage of putting the trophy on the shelf, we are really benefiting from the discipline that we have built. So all of us through life, wishing us the constant quest for going after newer and newer goals and making sure that at no point of time do we put a stop to it. Thank you very much. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Padma, for that inspiring speech. Soumitra, will you like to go next?
Yes. Sure.
All right. Soumitra, your topic is a champion needs motivation above and beyond winning. A champion needs motivation above and beyond winning. Toastmaster Soumitra.
Yes. So from our childhood, when we start our journey as a or we start our life. So when we enter into school, it's like always our parents used to tell us like, hey, you need to be good score, you need to good score, and you need to be top in your classes. But which is not like that is a motivation, right? It's not it's very difficult because only one people come in the top, not everyone. But if they motivate us like who need to become someone who will develop themselves in a way so that they can handle any situation in their life, that's means it's kind of a managing themselves, or it's kind of a champion on themselves. Like it's not like winning a particular race or winning a particular medal or something. So that's is the reason I can say that this topic was really related, and I can give you an example here. So we know a lot of champions. Like today, among us, so one of the champion I can say Rupinder Singh. So he became the winner in I think this speech contest. But before that winning, he also motivated himself a lot of days to come again and again. I think this is not in first attempt, no one can win. Several attempts, finally someone can win that goal. But this does not mean that only one attempt will make decide like okay, you are going to winner or failure. You need to motivate yourself, come again, do this thing and try it again, fail again, try again. So that's the beauty of our life, right? We should not stop anywhere. Like this is the thing I achieved, so everything is done. So we always need to be strive for something which is better and much better and greatest or better. So it's like a continuous thing, and that's the reason that who are champion, they used to motivate from themselves. No other incident or nothing can motivate them. It's from inside it will come that yeah, I need to do it, I need to satisfy myself, and that's the reason they will be motivated by themselves. And I think that can be applicable for any of us. If you want to become a champion, it should be from inside, not from outside. So what do you say, David Master?
Thank you, Soumitra. And also request all the table topic speakers to pin the timer Rupinder's screen because he's presenting the timer cards in his background. So request you to keep a mark of it, else you may just get disqualified, which we don't want you to. Amit, will you like to go next? All right, Amit.
Yeah.
What is your most memorable win? It can be contest, competition, or life event. What is your most memorable win? Over to you, Amit.
My dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, we all have one thing in common. We always strive to make our life more fulfilling, enriching, and promising. And I am not an exception to this desire. I still remember, I vividly remember that was the day of 22nd September when I joined Toastmasters and I was attempting one table topic. And I was that kind of person who was having one syndrome, and name of that syndrome was SWM, someone watching me. And because of that, I did not dare to come on the stage and arrange my thoughts very conspicuously and push to the audience mind. I used to be a timid guy has who had very feeble mindset that this table topic is all about the marvelous, stupendous, miraculous speakers, and not for those who just love to live in the cocoon. But on that day, on 22nd September, I just pushed my name. Let it be. What it will happen? Someone will hang me up? No, I just put down my name. Table topic master called my name. With a shivering hands, shaking legs, and sweating body, I was there and I attempted a topic. For the entire 1 minute, I spoke. But whatever I spoke from my heart, from my mind and my soul. Though in that 1 minute of speech, it was having 10 R's, 5 ums, and one long pause. But on that day, I got the real accolade, the real satisfaction that, yes, I came and conquered the stage. And this is my real accolade. This is my real certificate. And the journey of 1,000 miles started from that day, and with the full, indomitable, invincible spirit, it is going on with the help of you all. Thank you, and over to Table Topic Master.
Thanks a lot, Amit. Looking at the agenda, looks like I've been assigned generous time today. I think all of us are going to get chance to speak. So Diana, I posted your topic in the chat. Please feel free to share. I love winning because look forward to your table topic answer. Next, I'd like to invite Pallavi. Pallavi, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there, but I would like to skip this time. I'm not feeling too good.
Feeling as in
I'm not well.
okay. All
I
right,
just
please.
returned from the office, so I just, so I'm not comfortable enough.
No
Maybe
worries.
next
No
time.
worries.
Yeah.
Sure, for
Thank
sure.
you.
Thank you. Bushra, will you like to attempt a table topic? Bushra, just checking. Are you around? Will you like to attempt a table topic? All right, Bushra doesn't look to be there. I'll move on to the TAF team for now. The distinguished Toastmaster Upinder, will you like to go for a table topic?
I will. Somebody will have to time me. And maybe I'll time
Right.
myself. Yeah. Then somebody
I can
pick up.
do.
Okay, cool. Just
I'll
let me know the
post in
time.
the chat.
Yeah,
I'll
that
post.
works. That works.
All right. I have a very nice topic for you. Dieting is the game where you win when you lose. Dieting is the game where you win when you lose. Distinguished Toastmaster Upinder.
For someone who loves food, you certainly have chosen the right kind of topic. Toastmaster Anshuman. Dieting is a game where one has to lose. Well, if that was the case, then I've always been a loser to dieting. Because my dietitian told me that I'm supposed to have 2 parts of white egg and some cereal. I did have 2 parts of white egg. What I also had was a burger, an omelette, and possibly some bacon strips that day. My dietitian said that your lunch needs to have at least 3 different colors. And yes, my lunch had 3 different colors. It had the white color of rice, the brown color of the butter chicken, and it had the white color of cold coffee that I had along with it. Then my dietitian said that your evening snack needs to be filled with nuts. And in my infinite wisdom, I thought that chocolate chips are nuts, especially when they are embedded inside chocolate cookies. And I had that once again with cold coffee, but this time the cold coffee had that added flavor of ice cream in it. Last, she said that your dinner needs to be the lightest of them all. I compared the weight of the food I had in the morning. It was around 750 grams. Lunch was somewhere around a kilogram, and evening snacks were somewhere around 500 grams. So 499 grams. What could I have? That fried chicken looks inviting. And again, I followed every step that my dietitian told me. And yes, I lost by gaining a lot of weight. Mr. Topics Master.
Thanks a lot, distinguished Master Rupinder, for humoring the topic. Next, we have the R counter, Nikita. Nikita will like to go next.
Yeah, sure.
I hope you're feeling comfortable speaking.
I can speak very loudly, though. Is this comfortable?
All right. Cool. Yeah, simple one for you. I love winning because. Toastmaster Nikita.
I love winning because I think there's no answer, because who doesn't love winning? I love winning because I want to move ahead in life. I will love winning because it gets me recognized. I love winning because people talk about me, and that's something, as the youngest child of a family of 3 daughters, I never get, because I have 2 really bold sisters and I feel the need to be recognized a lot. Being the smallest kid, I've never been at a position where my family would really think about me or be like, that's only Nikita, she'll just do it, or she'll take whatever her sisters give her. So yeah, I mean, I'd like to win at different places so that I do get in a position to be recognized by others. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Nikita, for sharing insights about your winning mindset. Yes, I'd like to invite the grammarian for the evening, Toastmaster Arunima, for a table topic. Arunima, will you like to go next?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so Arunima, the topic is a champion is afraid of losing. Everyone else is afraid of winning. A champion is afraid of losing while everyone else is afraid of winning. Toastmaster Arunima.
Thank you, table topic master. A champion is afraid of losing while everyone else is afraid of winning. Very rightly said. There are some people who underestimate themselves that they can't even win. And the winners, on the other hand, are the ones who never underestimate and they always believe in winning. That is why, in the end, they are called winners, and the others are not able to win, because for some people, the thought of winning is scary one. They can't imagine themselves winning because lot of reasons. Sometimes there is some family pressure, there is some societal pressure, or other things, because people want to prove and they think that if they will try and if they will fail, what will society talk about them? This is one of the reasons that some people do not even try. And if you do not try, you will never win. But winners, they always try. They are never afraid of anyone. Whatever the result is, the winners always take the situation, analyze it, and are not afraid of the results. That is why a winner never loses, because someone who never tries will never win. But the one who tries will only win. That is why it is rightly said that Winners are afraid of losing, while others are afraid of winning. Over to you, table topic master.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Arunima. Now I'd like to invite the first evaluator for the evening, Toastmaster Priyamvada, if you'd like to go next.
Yeah, sure, Anshuman.
All right. So Priyamvada, who is your most favorite sports champion and why? Who is your most favorite sports champion and why? Toastmaster Priyamvada.
I am not that much into sports, so or I I don't that much like sports or that that I would have a champion to follow. But yeah, this time I followed Olympics and Paralympics. Some of them were really inspirational. Exceptionally, I'm very inspired by the women coming forward and taking part and winning for India. So yeah, I am very proud of all the ones who took part and made our country so proud. Uh, rest, I can't think of a single person who I'd be inspired with to uh, to be as much in sports. So over to you, Anshuman.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Priyamvada. Next, I have nomination from Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Ayushi. Toastmaster Ayushi, continuing with your theme, Paralympics is an inspiration for me. Paralympics is an inspiration for me, Toastmaster Ayushi. Over to you.
So what happened is that I also feared speaking in front of people. And one day I came across this Paralympics where I learned that from the grit and determination and by doing the hard work, one can overcome all the challenges. And that gave me a little more motivation to come and attend this meeting today and tell myself that I can do it and I can overcome this fear. So what I have learned from watching this Paralympics from past 15 days is that instead of complaining, I should work upon myself and what steps would these Olympians have an attitude that keep going. So I also imbibe that, and I also want to keep going and be the good speaker one day. And this is the thing, by hearing their stories, I also got inspired, and I thought to share with all of you. And that is why I chose this theme Paralympics, because I thought that as I've learned for it, I think we all can learn from this. That's it, Instrument. That's all from my side.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Ayushi. Next, I'd like to invite our general evaluator, Toastmaster Surjit, for a table topic. Surjit, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. A tricky one for you. Who's one person against whom you would love to lose and why? Who's the one person against whom you'd love to lose and why? Toastmaster Surji.
It's nice topic given by the TTM. So one person whom I want to lose is or win is my wife. Actually, she is always stand by me and provide me every support, and wherever I need any help or any type of emotional support from her, she always stand by me. So I would love to be her side, and if I have to lose anything, then I'm ready to lose. And she is so generous and she is so helpful that if you ask same question from her, she will give you the same answer, that she is ready to lose if I am winning in that place. So over to you, Anshuman.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Surji. That was quite short and sweet, but the message has clearly landed with all of us. Whom do we have next? Nav, will you like
We
to?
have Naveen, who has just joined.
We have run out of
Naveen.
table topics. We won't be able to include them in the polls.
It's
Whichever we
okay.
got.
We can.
Then I think on the first come first serve basis, they can be out of the poll contention, but still think we have
They
time.
can.
Maybe they can just nominate themselves. Naveen, will you like to go next? I mean, since you have just joined, just give me context. We're doing table topics. Will you like to attempt the table topic?
Are you able to listen to me?
Yeah.
Hi. So,
should I give you your table topic?
Actually, I am new here. I don't know like what you guys talk about. I'm like first time here. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Just giving you an option. So I'll give you a topic and you have to speak on it for 2 minutes. Will you like to attempt that?
Yeah, sure. If I'm able to, I'll try.
Yeah, I'll give you a simple one. My favorite sports. My favorite sport.
Okay.
My favorite sport. Naveen, over to you.
Sorry. Poverty.
My favorite sport. Sport. SPORT.
Okay. My favorite sport. This is the topic.
Yeah.
Okay. My favorite sport right now is football. I'm really excited about football. I'm currently living in Delhi. I have come here for work, but the favorite part of like my week is Saturdays and Sundays. Because on every Saturday, I go to my own hometown, which is Sirsa in Haryana, and I play football. And there is a team that like waits for me. I have actually made myself a part of that team, and I think I provide value in that team. And like we play for 2 or 3 hours straight, and it is the most fatiguing and tiring sport I know. Like in cricket, if you are playing 5 to 10 minutes, you like don't feel anything, you don't feel any fatigue or anything. But if you just play football for 2 minutes or so, it is so much tiring. You like I can't tell you like how much pressure it puts on you. But at the end of the game, you realize that you have done something, you have played, and you feel alive after a long time, and you see life in a different perspective just after playing one game of football. And after, if you practice it 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so, you get good at it. You like know how to kick the ball, how to control the ball, and different things. So this is experience of mine in football. I've been playing for 4 or 5 years now. Thank you.
Thank you, Naveen. You were really good. You should join this meeting every Thursday for sure. For a first attempt, this was amazing. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, I
and
don't
please
know
do
like
attend.
how I spoke.
No, you spoke really well. We'll get a feedback in just 15 minutes. There's an evaluation section. You'll get your feedback on how you performed today by a general evaluator. So do stay around for that. Meanwhile, I'll just check with.
Can I ask you, like, what is your name?
I'm Anshuman, and we can interact at the end of the meeting around 8:50 p.m. We are continuing with the next section for now.
Okay.
All right. Now, just checking with you. Will you like to go next, or if not, that's okay.
एक वैसे मैं कोई मीटअप वगैरह ज्वाइन किया था.
Yes, now, Tech Master, can you please mute all?
Yeah.
Now, now you're on mute if you will unmute.
Yeah, what's my table topic? Let's do it,
Yes,
my man.
sure. So you are competing for the post of president of your Toastmaster club.
Yeah.
What is the speech you will give to get votes from the audience to win? So you're competing for the post of president for your Toastmaster club. What is the speech you'll give to win the votes from the audience? Over to you now.
Thank you, Anshuman, for this great topic. Like, what would be my speech if I am going for election for the president of a Toastmaster club? The number one, I would think I will do that in my speech is my own story, like how I progressed from the first day till being a contender for president. And talk is cheap; everybody can talk, but results is all the things that matter. So I will show them in a presentation, like what I did, how many speeches I delivered, how many roles I did, so they can know what exactly I am. So I will try to be authentic and tell them like who I am, how I got there, and I did it just because of their support. And that's what I need for all of them. That's what I'm going to do for all of them so they can improve themselves. And I would be there anytime they need help. So that's the reason they should choose me. And I will narrate my own story as a table topic master from the guest to the contender of the president. So yeah, so that's from me. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Nav. I think we have covered everyone in this meeting today. That's quite a record. Thank you everyone for your cooperation and participation in this table topic. I'd like to hand over the stage to a wonderful host for the evening, Toastmaster Ayush, to take forward the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Ayush.
Thank you, Anshuman, for such a lovely session. Now, we will talk about that what we learned from this Paralympians. The first thing is that don't make excuses. Always say that I am a solution person. The second is that cultivate passion. We all need more than our jobs. We need to have some kind of hobbies or some kind of passion, because trust me that they are the secret to happiness. The third is that don't worry about feeling low. Your lows should be a jump start, a way to prepare for highs. The purpose of sadness is not to demoralize yourself, but to evaluate that where you have lacked and bounce back. The one thing that I noticed about all these Paralympians was optimism. Optimism is measured by how someone perceives their success or failure. Now, this can be temporary or permanent, like today was a bad day versus things are always bad. It can be general or specific. I am not good at this versus I'm not good at anything. Last but not the least is vigor. Vigor means having high level of energy. Yes, it is very important to build an environment where people can flourish and hopefully inspire others. And Toastmasters is a place for inspiration where we all motivate each other to grow. With this inspiration, I would like to call the journal evaluator Suji to conduct an inspiring and motivating session. Over to you, Toastmaster Suji.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Good evening again, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Now I am here with my report. So starting with our speech evaluation. So in front of you, we have table topics, best table topic speaker board. Please vote for the best table topic. Now moving ahead, we have first evaluator Priyambada. Now I would like to call Priyambada on stage to present her report.
Good evening. I had to evaluate Navjot, and I would like to say, Navjot, that your gestures were very involving and showed your interest and comfort as a speaker in delivering the speech. And it was very good to see you speak, though your vocal variety and accent was quite clean and clear, but the breaking voice was a restriction to that, and even the picture hanged in between a few times. I guess that was the only quirk I could find in your speech. Rest, it is always an icing on the cake to add your own life experience to your speech. It is always involving for us as listeners to gain their interest, adding questions and adding your experiences. So yeah, here is my evaluation for you, Navjot. Over to you, journal evaluator.
Thank you, Premada, for presenting the report for speech for Navjot. Now I would like to call on stage distinguished Toastmaster A. Padma Kumar to present his report for the speaker Ashwari.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator. As William Shakespeare wrote, the quality of mercy is not strained. It blesses him that gives and him that takes. How does it bless him that gives? By providing calm, peace, and happiness. And how does it bless him that takes? Through faith, hope, and help. And today, in this egregious world of selfishness and cruelty, Toastmaster Ishwari's speech was like a breath of fresh air, urging us to look for every opportunity to kindle hope among the less privileged people and adopt some of the easy ways of spreading kindness. In fact, he gave us very easy 5 steps through which we can show our kindness on a day-to-day kind of basis. What I liked best about his speech was that this was something called for in today's times. In these times of selfishness and cruelty, having a kind thought and doing a kind deed, there can be nothing better than that. So thank you very much for bringing that to our attention. Here are some things I would suggest, Toastmaster Ishwari, since you have to do the second speech with the feedback. Number one, you can potentially structure your speech a little better. Try to think about it as 3 or 4 paragraphs with one key idea in each paragraph, and make sure there is no overlap between the ideas. That would help you also to summarize your speech with just those 4 sentences, which are the core sentences of each of the paragraphs. The second suggestion I want to give you is, if you can use some personal examples. What taught you to be kind? Were you kind right from the beginning, or was there some seminal event which to you showed the importance of being kind? Thirdly, if you've been inspired by the actions of some other people who have been extremely kind, that again will add a lot of flavor to your speech. And in summary, what I would say is that it was a very uplifting speech that you gave today, which is much needed for challenging times that we live in. A little more focus on the structure and some personal examples could have elevated your speech to a much, much higher level. All said and done, the kind of topic that you chose is really laudatory, and I salute you for taking this topic, which is very, very important for our times. Keep in mind the few suggestions that I gave you, and I'm sure you will give a stellar speech in that second round as well. Thank you very much, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, evaluator too, for evaluating the speech too. Now I would like to go with our table topic evaluation. First table topic speaker was A. Padma Kumar. You were very energetic and you kept the energy throughout your speech, and you end the speech very well. So no recommendation from my side. Second speaker was Soumitra. A champion needs motivation above and beyond winning. You started very well and delivered the speech well, and you ended the table topic speech very well. And you also asked a question at the end of the speech that was really awesome. So no recommendation from my side. So here in front of you have screen for best speech evaluator vote. So please vote for the best speech evaluator. Third speaker was Amit. Your most memorable win. You started well and kept the energy throughout your speech, and you used the hand gesture and summarized your speech very well. So no recommendation from my side. Fourth speaker was Rupinder. Dieting is the game where one has to lose. Started very well, and you gave various example to prove your point. So no recommendation from side. So you also summarized your speech well. So no recommendation from my side. Fifth speaker was Toastmaster Nikita. I love winning because she gave very nice speech and nicely explained her opinion and points. So no recommendation. Sixth speaker was Arunima Bindal. A champion is afraid of losing while everyone else is afraid of winning. She started well and gave her opinion and also nicely explained what she has given the opinion for. So she summarized, but one recommendation from her is that that summary was little abrupt. So we can work on that. Seventh speaker was Premada, most favorable champion, and why? You started well and you stayed forward, said that you don't like sports, but you gave the your opinion about the best favorite champion. So that was really awesome. But one thing I found missing in your speech was summary. Summary was missing in your speech. Eighth speaker was Ayushi. Paralympic is an inspiration for me. Started very well and gave nice messages through your speech, and you that was keep going, and that was really a nice message. And one recommendation is that summary of the speech was not good. Ninth speaker was Surjit. I also found that summary was missing in my speech. So next speaker was Naveen, my favorite sport. You started well and throughout it, your first attempt and nicely gave your views about your topic. So summary of the topic here was also abrupt. So 11th speaker was Navrar. Speak speech to win for vote to win for president. You gave your views as it was looking that you were really giving the speech for presidentship in your speech. So that was really a nice, and but I found that is also summary. The 12th speaker was Diana. I love winning because you started well and very well. You gave your opinion very boldly that you only want to win and don't want to lose. So That was really awesome from your side. So no recommendation from my side. Now moving ahead, we have time. We are time for our tag team. So first tag role was grammarian. Now I would like to request grammarian Arunama Bindal to present her report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Today, it was an excellent meeting. We had very good usages of word, starting with the Toastmaster of the day, inspiring and exciting the word, creatures to have emotional deposit, invest in a habit, cosmopolitan, faith that keeps alive, craving, privileged class, stack up in a closet, spread sunshine, cementing their places, stupendous, journey of 1,000 miles, miracle, milestones, accolade, invincible. The word of the day was used one by evaluator to A. Padma Kumar. I would encourage to use word of the day more since we have a lot of time today and the word of the day was used once. I would request volunteers to just try to use the word of the day in a sentence. It could be a small 4-letter sentence, but let's just try. The word is egregious, which means noticeably bad. The synonyms of the words are as shared with you. You can also use the synonyms if you want to make the sentence, which is shocking and intolerable. Let's see who would want to give it a try. We already have it from Padma. Let's see who is the other one who would want to try using the word of the day to make a sentence. Rupinder, would you want to do that?
I'm trying my best not to be egregious in my role as a timer.
Thank you. Ishwari, would you try?
Sure, I can try. I'm audible?
Yes, you are. The word means noticeably bad. The synonyms are shocking or intolerable.
Using the word of the day in the meeting was egregious.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, thank you for trying. Yes, Diana, please type and I will read it out for everyone. While Diana type, let me talk about some incorrect usages. All the faces could be similar faces. When talking about a male person, her is not the right word to use. His nicely is nice, being nice. Really relate could be relatable. They have a believed could be they believed. Picture hanged could be picture paused. Keeps them is keep them. Buy one or more could be buy few. Helps in a two-way could be help in the way. The India performance is the India's performance. Submitted vote could be termed as cast the vote. One moment of glory could be one glorious moment. And coming on to the pronunciation, please try to use the proper word and do not use I will. I'll do is colloquial word. When we are in Toastmasters, try to use I will do rather than I'll do. With this, I'll hand over the stage back to the general evaluator. Over to you.
Thank you, grammarian, for presenting your report. Now, moving ahead with our counter report, we have Toastmaster Nikita. So I would request Toastmaster Nikita to present her report.
Hi, can you see my screen?
Yes, it's visible.
I'd like to start with the
sergeant at arms who were fabulous with no filler words and no filler sounds. And then Anshuman, as a role combination of presiding officer and TTM, did a really good job given the time that he had. He can maybe work on some filler sounds like ah and or. Coming to Ayushi as the Toastmaster of the day, I think she did a brilliant job again with very few filler words and some filler sounds like ah and or. Our general evaluator Sujit had some filler words like so and used a lot in his sentences. And then there were other words like also and now, and some 10 plus are and 6 or in his filler sounds. We had timer then with no filler words and sound, which is absolutely brilliant. Counter as me, I'm not able to evaluate myself. And then grammarian again had only very few little filler words and sounds like so, like and being used 2 times and are being used 3 times. Our prepared speeches were amazing with no filler words or sounds by enough. And Ishwari had very few filler words like and in between, and some filler sounds like ah, and some long pauses and repetitions in between. Coming back to our table topics, Padma had some 3 so as filler words. Soumitra can probably work on his filler words and filler sounds. Like he used like a lot, and then there was so a lot in his speech. Amit had 6 and in his speech, which I think he can work on. Diana had no filler words or sounds. Rupinder again had very little filler sounds like in his speech. Nikita, I cannot evaluate myself. Arunima was fabulous with no filler words or sounds. Priyamvada had few so repetitions and some filler sounds like and some repetitions as well. Ayushi had Ayushi as a table topic had some filler words and sounds like so and Surjit as a table uh, topic speaker had some filler sounds again like 5 ands and some filler sounds like or in between. Naveen could work on his filler words like in between and some filler sounds like and ah. Nav had few filler words in his speech, no filler sounds though. And as evaluators, coming down to the evaluators, I think both the evaluators did really well. Priyamvada had only few filler words like now and so in her speech, and some filler sounds that you can work on. And Padma had absolutely no filler words or sound. That's my report. Back to you, general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nikita, for such a wonderful report. Now, our next auxiliary role player is timer. Now, I would request distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh to present his report.
First of all, I will change my background because I'm done with my role as a timer. Next, I will share my screen with you with your kind permission. So whatever is marked in black was overtime. And as you can see that of the 32 entries, only 4 were overtime. So we were on time for 28 by 32. That is 87.5% of the time we were on time. And some big gaps over there. My recommendation is that when the Sergeant at Arms calls to order, let's increase the time to 3 minutes instead of 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So let's give the Sergeant at Arms 3 minutes and 30 seconds, because invariably, I've also experienced that as Sergeant at Arms, we invariably run over time. The presiding officer had 5 minutes, 30 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 seconds to himself. He took 2 minutes and 24, saving us 3 minutes, 06 seconds. And as you can see, everyone else contributed to saving time except for a speaker, a table topic speaker, and a speech evaluator. If I was to sum all of this up, then together you have saved us 34 minutes and 17 seconds by finishing ahead of time. Although that should not be your aim, I would want you to finish somewhere between the red and the yellow zones. Calling out individual speech times. Speaker 1 took 7 minutes 40 seconds. Speaker 2 was within time, taking 5 minutes 43 seconds. Table topics, everyone was qualified. My apologies, there were times when I was not able to show the cards on time, but your time was very well recorded. The speech evaluators, the first evaluator finished her evaluation in 1 minute, and the second evaluator took 2 minutes and 30 seconds. The second evaluator was also the person who got disqualified on time, and I suppose he tried to make up for that. One last advice: we should not have the timer doing the polls and the certificates, because it is a time consuming task. However, having said that, it was a pleasure to play the role of a timer after so long. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But keep in mind that you guys helped save 34 minutes and 17 seconds today. For the record, I was supposed to be delivering this report at 8:37. It's 8:31 and I'm completing my report. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Timer, for such a wonderful and awesome report. Now we have time for evaluating the meeting as a whole. So meeting started on time and wonderfully explained the mission statement and nicely explained the do's and don'ts during the meeting, and introduced the presiding officer very well. And as presiding officer welcomed the guests very well and introduced the team mode very nicely. So Timod started the meeting very well and checked the audio and video before calling the speaker on stage. But one recommendation from my side is, if you found that there is looking some glitches in the sound or anything, then we can ask the speaker to repeat the 2 or 3 sentences so that we can be sure that speech is going to be smooth. For the speaker 1, we have many glitches and evaluator could not evaluate the speech well. So moving ahead, we have table topping master. He started the session with full of energy and called the experienced Toastmaster first, so that other can learn from him and present their table topics. So, and also the table topics were simple and easy to understand. Evaluator 1, though your evaluation was short and there was reason behind that, that we could not clearly listen to the speaker 1 due to some network glitches, and so no recommendation from my side. So evaluator 2, you are really awesome and use the CRC approach, so no recommendation from my side. Grammarian Arunima Vindal, awesome report, and you ask the audience to use the word of the day, like when our teacher in the school days call us to stand up and repeat some words or give the answer to this. That was really an awesome gesture from your side. So one recommendation from my side is that it was screen sharing. If you could have shared the screen, then that report would be really wonderful. Our counter, Nikita, she presented her report with summary and nicely explained explained each and everything. So no recommendation from my side. Timer Rupinder, awesome report and with many recommendation for many roles and especially for Sa. to increase the time for SA and many other recommendations. So no recommendation from my side to you. So in front of you, there is a voting screen for best auxiliary role player. Please vote for best role player, auxiliary role player. With this, I wrap up my report, and now I hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Ayushi. Over to you, Ayushi.
Thank you, Surjit, for giving an detailed report. Now, I would like to end my topic that where there is a will, there is a way. Paralympics teach us that do something great and never give up. We should all learn from our failures and move towards success. And this was all to the wonderful Toastmasters meeting. Now I will hand over the stage to the presiding officer, Anshuman.
Well, that was a very short and sweet meeting, I must say. But we had a lot of guests attending today, which was a delight to see. And I'd like to take feedback from a few of us on how you felt about the meeting today, starting with Toastmaster Padma. Thank you, Padma, as always, for joining. How was your experience today evening?
It was, as usual, very, very nice experience. And I think you also had practically all of the speakers come up and give the table topic, which was very good. In fact, I just want to give a suggestion. 1 second. Okay, the voting came up, so I thought I'll complete. So I just have a suggestion that there is nothing which says that you can have only one round of table topics. For example, if we have enough time and if there is an interest among people, you could even have a next round of table topic as well. I'm just suggesting ways in which we have anyway budgeted this time to be here in the meeting. So making the best use of it by offering people who are interested to take a second round of table topics is also a very good way to use the time. But otherwise, a very good meeting as usual. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Padma. Point very well taken. For us, this was an exception, and for the first, like one of the very rare times that this happened. But yeah, if it happens next time, I think our club will take that feedback. Thanks a lot, and again, thanks a lot for joining. I'd like to ask from Amit. Amit, how's your experience today evening?
Hi everyone. Thank you very much for the wonderful opportunity that you have given me to become a part of your club, to join your club meeting as a guest. I can say it was a great meeting. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The theme, the Paralympics, the TMOD roles was great, I will say. And the table topic session, it was marvelous. I can say the topics were very captivating. And overall, I enjoyed a lot and great learnings throughout the meeting. Thank you.
Thanks, Amit, for joining. Nasir, I'm not sure when you joined, but how was your experience? We miss you.
Actually, I joined a little bit late, so I don't have as such any feedback.
Okay, sure. Thanks again, Nasir. Good to hear from you. Please do join.
Thank you.
All right. Pallavi, are you there? You haven't spoken in the entire meeting, so just checking if you're around. All right. Pallavi is a silent guest.
I'm so sorry.
Pallavi is
I'm
there.
there. So I feel it's a great platform, to get connected, and I find it, it's I mean, we learn a lot with each other. And though I was engaged in multiple things, I was not completely into the meeting because I was in the office also. I was in my cap, and so not really able to concentrate. But whatever I am able to grab, I find it quite inspiring, motivating, and I would like to continue further. And from next meeting onwards, I would like to participate, because when we participate, we are actually able to feel, feel and I'm not getting the words. That's it. Thank you.
Well, thanks a lot, Pallavi. That was an amazing feedback, and we'd love to have you around more often on for the Thursday meetings.
Sure. I'll be very regular. I'm not sure about Thursday. Thursday probably because it's an office, so I might be a listener, but Sunday I'll participate actively.
Definitely, yes. Like Spearhead is our sister club. Starts at 1:30. Please do join there
Sorry.
if Sundays. We have a sister club on Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Someone
Yes,
will
I
reach out to
joined the
you.
last session.
Oh, you did? Okay, yeah. Then you can
Yes.
attend there
That's
also.
how I joined today. One of my friend Rama has introduced me.
Got it. Right.
Yes. So well, I enjoyed overall.
Got it. And yes, Diana, I was coming to you, and you have shared your feedback on the chat. I can see that. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot again for joining our club so regularly. Got it. Perfect. Ayushi, how was your experience in contrast to the Sunday meetings today?
Okay. To be very honest, Anshuman, I don't much attend like Sunday's meeting also because of the various things happening. But I was very glad to attend the meeting today. I had the feel of the meeting, like seeing you, all after a long time, and I hope that I keep coming in the meeting.
Yes, thanks, Ayushi. And yeah, like your last, I think the last Spearhead meeting I attended was the one where you were the team out with that, I think, health focused theme, and I think nutritious
Even to
drinks.
be very honest, even I don't even remember that it's last Sunday meeting. I'm attending a Toastmasters meeting after a long time. So
yeah, like great to have you back, and will be lovely to see you in
thank you.
either
And
of
it's
the meetings.
always very nice to see all of you. All are very warm and welcoming and inspiring. So it's always very a happy feeling to come. I would say a happy place to come. And these 2 hours were really very happy for me. So thank you all for all your support.
Great, thanks for joining. Surjit, I feel very odd asking you for feedback, but yeah, please go ahead since you are technically a guest.
Yes, it was really a wonderful meeting, and I have a lot of learning from this meeting. And I love to come again and again in TPT meetings. Over to you.
Thanks, Surjit. Thanks a lot, everyone. I'd like to check with distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder if the results are ready, and we'd like to declare those. I can see his video suddenly being switched off. I think the results may have become very complex to discern.
No, the results
Yeah,
are
he's
not
back.
complex. I thought there was somebody at the door. There is not. So are we ready to share results?
Yes, please.
Okay. Padma, to your point that we could have 2 rounds, actually, this is more a limitation of Zoom. It allows for only 10 people in the polls, and that is where my biggest challenge is. Earlier, we used to do it in Google Forms, but there are people who decided that probably they can be manipulated, which is why we reverted to this. We'll have to figure out a way how we can do it. Maybe we'll use Mentimeter or something like that. But right now, we are limited to 10 people only in table topics. So which is why I had to take you out since you got disqualified, and I took myself out because somebody else had to be accommodated. So that is the challenge. So let me share my screen. Otherwise, me and Padma can go on chatting for a very long time. All right. Beginning with our best table topic speaker number 3, many congratulations, Diana McInroy. And the second best table topic speaker is a person to whom I inevitably end up asking what is your full name and your email address. I've done that for the second time in this week. Many congratulations, Amit. The best table topic speaker was a guest today, Shamitro. Many congratulations. The best auxiliary role player, time and tide wait for none, and your timer was the best auxiliary role player today. We had two best role players. It was a tie between our general evaluator and our table topics master. Many congratulations. Our best speech evaluator was a difficult decision since one of them got disqualified on time. It wasn't difficult for me because last week also Padma had won it. So for me, it was just a matter of copy and paste. So many congratulations, Padma. May you keep on winning more speech evaluation roles so that I don't have to work as much, purely from that standpoint. Except when we are participating in an evaluation speech contest. There I can give you a fight. And our best speaker today is Toastmaster Aishwari Goyal. Great speech, Aishwarya. And looking forward to you becoming eligible for the international speech contest very soon. Now, before you're welcome, Diana. Before I go, members, I need your attention to another screen that I'm sharing with you, which is, give me a second, it's just coming up on your screen. And I think, Anshuman, we should have this as a part of our meeting every time.
Sure.
So this is our DCP status. Ignore the fact that our base is 41 and that to date we are 43. This will get corrected because we are head formed and this will get corrected. Right now we are just at one goal. We need 2 level 1s. So Aishwarya, we're looking to you to help us complete this goal. Then we need just 1 more level 3. And once we do that, we'll get another goal. When it comes to members, this is where it gets interesting. Aishwarya, you and I will have to work on this. If we get 2 more members, we're going to get one more goal. Our club officers have been trained, but the renewals are due. And as soon as we renew, there's another goal waiting for us. So push for renewals, push for memberships, and push for this 1 level 3 awards because these are the low hanging fruit. It will straight away take us to 4 goals. Okay. Thank you so very much. And
thanks, Rupendra. Just a comment on this. I'm aware that 1 level 4 is done. So we have the row number 5, I think, complete. And
then Anshuman, I think the level 4 has not been submitted in Club Central.
Yeah, it has been. I think it's to be approved. I'll check with Uni, but just
no. If you did it today, then it makes sense. But if you did it yesterday, then it has not been uploaded in Club Central, or
it's not been approved because I thought I'll just let you know, but
just get that approved
letting you know,
and everything.
Sure.
Yeah, because I'll be submitting a level 5 today itself, so we'll have another goal.
Okay.
Yeah. So my leadership development got completed today in that embarrassing.
So we'll have 5 and 6 complete then.
We'll have 5 and 6 complete. Our goals will go up to 2.
So we just require 2 level 2 awards and 1 level 3.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Wow, we are in a very comfortable situation.
We'll be in very comfortable situation with respect to goals in the next 2 weeks or so. So let's drive for completion and let's drive for membership and let's drive for renewals. 3 things.
Sounds good.
That are priority for the month of September.
Definitely. Thanks a lot for that. And yes, we should definitely keep it a cadence and represent that.
Let's start sharing it in every meeting so that we know where we are. And for example, today you took 2 minutes only out of the 5 minutes that were allotted to you. If you have time, just share it just at the beginning that, look, this is where we are, and let's try and push for as many goals as possible. Just a suggestion.
Makes sense. Cool. Thanks a lot. And again, thanks a lot for presenting the results. I hope all of us had an amazing time today. Thank you everyone for joining. And that marks the end of the meeting.
I'm going to stop the
Switch
recording.
off the recording. Yeah.